Well, I'm a dork. If you've been around, you already know that. It's another good day. I feel like Tuesdays are pretty much going to be good days, so that's a good thing. And I always have Bible study and you guys to look forward to and a live on Tuesdays, so always good. Especially if people show up. You guys get here, I'm going to show you my makeup. Hey, somebody's here. Hello. Hello. Oh, be careful, Debbie. But thank you for listening. Hey, Tish. Aw, two of my favorite girls right at the same time. I hope you guys are having a good day. Today is an awesome day. Bible study was awesome, as usual. Today was the first day. I just got something in my eyeball. Since Bible study started, that I did not have driving anxiety on the way there. Last week I realized I was super anxious and like feeling sick, and it's been happening to me. Jenny, yay, hello! I get to see you and talk to you online on the same day. What a blessing. But yeah, I realized last week, I was like, gosh, every time I'm trying to go to Bible study, I'm getting super like anxiety really bad on the way there. In fact, the first week I almost turned around and went home because I didn't feel good. I was like, I'm gonna throw up. I'm like so anxious, you know? And then every week it's been like that. And last week I realized like, I think it's driving anxiety. Well, I verbalized that to people. Actually, Jenny, I think I told you last week. And this week I did not have it. So I'm like, victory over that. Sorry, devil, can't use that one on me anymore. And I'm glad he didn't, I didn't allow it to keep me from going because I enjoy it so much. So yeah, this week, no driving anxiety. So I'm very happy about that. Hi, Myrna. Oh, you guys are also awesome. I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Jenny. Yes, total praise, because it was like, I mean, seriously, that first week was so bad. And then each week, though, I was like feeling sick. I'm like, oh, I'm so sick to my stomach. Hi, Kate. What time is it over there? It's not too, yeah, it's not late yet because today, I'm coming on here earlier than normal, 2 o'clock in the afternoon here. Kate is in Scotland, so we are very different time zones. Which sometimes she surprises me because she'll comment on something like late at night, like here when it's late at night and I'm like doing stuff on, YouTube or whatever, and I'll see her comment on things. I'm like, why is she commenting right now? Like, she's a night owl like me. I've been trying to be better about it, but yeah, it's not going that great so far. I know you love me. Thank you, Kate. So what is that? 7? No. Yes, 7 o'clock in the evening. Is that right? Military time over here. We are the weirdest nation about things. Like, I don't know why the US hasn't gotten on board with like everything everyone else does as far as time and measurements and things like that. Because, okay, 7. I was right. Woohoo! Let me go. Because I swear, like everywhere else, everything I try to like look at, I'm like, well, I have no idea what that is. So I have to like look up what the not translation, what's the word I'm looking for? Conversion, on times or whatever, anything, measurements or anything is from other places. I'm like, seriously, US? Like, what are we doing? However, it would totally trip me up if we changed it now, because, but yeah. 7, that's not too bad. Okay. I figured since it was earlier here. I thought I'd show you guys real quick too on my eyes today. I decided I did that one video where I used this Pinky Rose sunflower palette. The lighting is hard sometimes. And I liked it okay, but I didn't like totally love the look. But so I used it again today and used the transition shade, which is called Transition. And then I used this later one right here, which is Butterfly, and took that everywhere, and then just took on set more in the outer part and drug it in a little. And then all over my lid I put this Sunray shimmer right here, and then this one that is called Fly Girl, which is also an orange. There we go. I put like over top of that Sunray, but just not quite halfway. You can kind of see it if you look close. But anyway, and then underneath I ran Blog Life close to the lash line and then smudged it out with that butterfly shade. And I am so happy with how it turned out. I think it's so pretty. And I love oranges anyway, are my favorite because they make my blue eyes stand out, so I enjoy that. And then I used this LA Girl Shockwave Neon eyeliner in Screamin' in my waterline. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, I'm like, but yeah, I'm so happy with it. Oh, okay, so you do pounds and ounces and stuff, okay. Because I'm like, I feel like we are so, you know, it's like meters and whatever. I'm like, what's that? Like, how about miles? Like, just things that, like, you know, we measure differently or whatever. We're not the metric system, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, I just thought I would mention that I used this again because I wasn't 100% sold on it the first time I used it. And so this time, using it again, I'm very happy with the look that I got. And also, if you guys wouldn't mind, I will put it down in the description box after the video. But I won this from, her channel is called Beauty Rave and her name is Raven. I would love if you guys would please go over and just tell her that I sent you and subscribe to her. It doesn't cost you anything. And you guys please, I don't want to get into details about things, but I just really want to brighten this girl's day. So if you guys could help me do that, that would be amazing. You can't wear makeup. What do you mean? What? That's like, what would I even do if I couldn't wear makeup? Thank you, Tish. Yes, please hit the thumbs up if you wouldn't mind. But yeah, Raven from Beauty Rave. I will, like I said, after this is done. Ooh, oh, Kate. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Blister in the eye. I didn't even know that could happen. Hello. Thank you, Debbie. Yeah, you guys, I just want to love on people. And when there's people that you know need some extra encouragement and love, like, if you guys will help me out, I mean, I would be so happy if you would go over and do that because, yeah, I just want to bring a smile to her face. She could definitely use it. And we all know we have those times. So, yeah. No idea how or why it happened. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, a blister on your eye. You feel like that would be something that you would know, like, kind of what caused it or, like, whatever. Hey, Sally. That's my Hawaiian friend. I don't have lashes on today. Sally, you made me remember it because she was a major encourager of lashes. And, but yeah, I didn't put any on today. Today is awesome. Today is my son Asher's 16th birthday. He's my baby and he is 16 today. So that is an exciting time. We are going to go out to dinner tonight and both of my other sons are meeting us there from work. And my oldest son's girlfriend's going to be there because she's part of our family. She's been around for like 8 years or over. Thank you, Penny, and hello. But yeah, so he's excited. He's bummed because thank you, Tish. Thank you, Myrna. Because of basketball season and stuff last year, it kind of messed up. Oh, thank you, Sally. Sally, you are gorgeous. Give me a break. And you have like the most amazing hair I've ever seen in my life. Okay, I bet. Thank you, Sally. Yeah, rubbing your eyes like that. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Kate. Yes, it is a milestone. Yeah, but basketball season messed him up for taking driver's training. So he was behind. And then he was going for segment 2. And we realized we had him signed up for segment 2. He was 2 days off from the amount of days you have to have in between. But we're like, well, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it's more so like when you actually are getting your license, like it has to be that many days or whatever. So my husband kept trying to call the driving school and find out for sure if it was okay for him to be there. And they were not answering. He just had to keep leaving messages. Then their voicemail was full. He couldn't even leave a voicemail. And we're like, what is going on? So he took him, and it's like a town away. It's not real far, but it's probably 15, 20 minutes. And he took him there, and he's like, well, I'm going to wait out here because if they won't let you in, you know, whatever. So sure enough, here he comes back. 2 days off. Thank you, Anne. And they would not let him take segment 2. So I know it's a state thing. I mean, I'm not blaming like the driving school or anything. I kind of am blaming them for not answering their phone or returning messages. That's annoying. But other than that, so the next time he can take a class, because that was supposed to be in September, I think, or the end of August, and the next time he can get in is like I think the end of November, and so he has to wait to take segment 2, but he's fine with it. I mean, he drives us around places and stuff. And honestly, for me, the more practice he's getting like that before he gets his license is good. And also, it's going to be winter here. And I don't want to let loose my 16-year-old on snowy roads. That's not really my idea of a good time for anybody. Like, my brain, like, it'll save me a lot of stress for me and just other people on the road, you know, sending out new drivers and that kind of weather. So I'd rather him be, like, in the car with us driving, like him be driving but with us in there, so that we can kind of talk him through like how you handle, you know, slippery situations and stuff like that, than just letting him loose. Oh, okay. Yeah, I am a very nervous driver. I have driving anxiety big time. And so I didn't even want my license when I was younger. Hey, Mr. J, I'm doing great. How are you? Oh, yay. Haven't seen you in a while. I hope things are going well. But yeah, I was not even about it. So I didn't get my license till I was almost 17. And, but, and I drive where I need to drive, and that's pretty much it. Like, oh, good. I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, I don't know. Like, in some ways it annoys me because I wish I could just be like, well, I want to go to this mall that's, you know, an hour and a half away and it's in crazy traffic, and just be fine with it, because most people are, but I'm not. And so, yeah. In fact, it's funny. My husband and I are going, I call it the nerd conference, but he's it's like a technology conference because he's a technology director for a school district. And so we go to it every year. And this year they moved it from where it usually is. And it's going to be in Traverse City, Michigan, which is gorgeous. And they are putting us up in the... Okay. Yeah, if you have public transportation, you don't have to worry about it so much. Yeah, Penny. I like, even being in the car with someone else driving, it stresses me out so bad. Like, I can't even, I have this battle because it's like I don't want to watch because I'm nervous, but I don't want to not watch either because I feel like I need to see what I'm, you know, where we're going and what's going on. And so, but I have the tendency to be like, you know, my husband's like, stop doing that, you know, whatever. I'm like, dang it. So that is difficult. But yeah, anyway, for this conference, they're putting us up in Grand Traverse Resort, which is like a big ritzy, awesome, and they're putting us in the Towers, which is like the fanciest place. I don't stay in fancy places. I ain't fancy. And so at the school pays for it because of it being a work conference thing, and I just get to go along. So it actually works out great because while my husband's at his, you know, seminars and different stuff all day, I just hang out in the room and do what I want to do. Okay. Yeah, no, it's definitely better for someone else to be driving, not me. um, but so I am super excited about being there. But it was so funny because the one lady at the school, she's like family to us. Her and my mom are like best friends because my mom used to work at the school. She was the administrative assistant for the school district. Aww. um, but yeah, so we are going there. And so this lady asked, she goes, so what's Danielle going to do during the day while you're at your sessions and stuff? And he's like, she'll just, you know, hang out in the room and do whatever. And she's like, oh, really? Like, I thought she'd go out and go shop and do whatever. And he's like, no. And she goes, oh, if it was me, I'd get up early. I go, you already lost me right there. Get up early? No, that's not part of my vocabulary. And then, yeah, no. So basically what happens is he goes to his stuff all day, and then when he gets done, we have the evenings open because there aren't evening sessions and stuff. And so then we go to the places we want to go to. So we'll go to like our favorite farmers market in Charlevoix, and Charlevoix is our favorite town in Michigan. We absolutely love it. Our whole family just loves it. And so we always go over there and stuff, in the fall colors should be beautiful and all that good stuff. So I'm excited about it. But so I did decide that I'm gonna take my ring light and stuff and do a get ready with me from the hotel, because I thought that might be something fun. Ooh, Yeah, Tish, honestly, I have to say I've been in two very minor accidents. Like one, my aunt was driving, my cousin, I'll never forget it because it's the first time I was ever in that experience. My mom and my one aunt, myself, both of my sisters, and then my two cousins were going to the movies. I couldn't tell you what we were going to see, but we were going to the movies. Oh, it should be so much fun. Oh, thank you so much, Joy. Hello. Oh, I hope you're doing good. I'm seeing people here that I haven't seen in a long time, and I'm super excited about it. I'm so glad you're here. Um, It is so beautiful, Penny. It's so beautiful. Actually, on my way to Bible study today, I kept saying, thank you, God. This is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. Just to be able to see that as I'm driving, and actually, maybe that's part of probably why I was so at peace today, because all I was doing the whole entire drive was just thanking God for everything, because it was gorgeous, and then thanking Him for the peace I was feeling, and it was wonderful. But yeah, so I thought I would go ahead and do a get ready with me from the hotel. I mean, it won't be live. I'll just record it, whatever. But then it's like a different background, different setting kind of thing, and show you guys the hotel room and that kind of stuff. So I'll kind of make it like a little mini, maybe kind of like a little mini vlog thing with the get ready with me, just to kind of show you guys. Oh, yep. Yep. It is definitely beautiful. And then I love in the winter with the big pines covered in snow and just, oh, it's so gorgeous. I love it so much. That's one thing that totally bummed me out. So, Debbie, yes, be careful. Don't watch. Just listen. Oh, thank you, Mr. J. All right, yeah. I thought it might be just something different and, change the scenery and stuff. And, and I wanted to point out my cute little card back here. If you guys didn't see my latest video, Stephanie, Opinionated Horsewoman, sent me this card and a mask and stuff. So fun. But I was like, oh, I need that up there for my live because I don't think I'm recording another video with my Halloween stuff, so that'll be coming down today. I'm putting up my other fall stuff like Thanksgiving, so the next videos that come out. Also, I am going to I've been having really long videos lately. I'm sure you've noticed. And so the next two are actually very short. So tomorrow's video is going to be, a lot of people had asked to see how I do my nails, my gel nails. So I did that video, and it shows like my gel polish collection and stuff. It's short. I think it's like 7 minutes and something? I think it's like 7 minutes and something. And then Friday's video is going to be kind of like a lookbook, like a little fall lookbook. And I thought I did 5 outfits, but apparently I only did 4. And so it's really short. I think that's like 3 minutes and something. So there's some short videos coming at you for the rest of this week. So thank you for those of you who struggle your way through watching my long videos. This is for you. But yeah, just something a little different, a couple things that I wanted to get out anyway. And then I was thinking about doing this Friday. If you saw my video that went up yesterday, it was a little emotional about some things, and I mentioned that I'm going to share about like the concert that we went to and the kind of music and why it's important to me, what it means to me, I guess is what I mean. And I thought I was going to put that up Friday, but I did not get a chance to record it yet. I thought maybe I would do it today, but I'm not going to have time because by the time I'm done with the live, then my husband and son are going to be getting home and stuff, and then we're going to be going out for the night for my son's birthday. So I'm like, you know what? It's a video that I want to devote the right amount of time to because I want to convey properly and not just wing it kind of thing, And so that won't be out on Friday. So I will record it at some point next week, but yeah, I love gel nails. I've been doing my nails like crazy. Like they're literally growing so fast when so I did these last Friday. Not just this past Friday, the Friday before. So they're, growing out. So this Friday will be 2 weeks. Oh shoot, I missed that. I saw 2019. I'm going to have to go back and read that after because I don't know how to do it on here. Yeah, I hadn't been doing it for a long time because at work they would just break off all the time and stuff, and I didn't have like the time I felt like to do the gel nails. And so now that I've been doing them though, I'm obsessed with it. And my nails are growing so fast that every time I go to redo them, I have to cut my nails down and whatever because they're too long, and it drives me crazy, like on the laptop keyboard and stuff if they're too long. I don't know how people with these crazy long nails live. Like, how do you do this? Please tell me if any of you have them. How do you do things? I mean, seriously, there are things that I do not understand how people can function. For one thing, typing on something like that, because your nails are hitting the wrong keys, you know, like, because your fingers to hit the keys, your nails are ahead of those, hitting ones above them. I don't get it. And several other things. Ooh, and gel nails would be great for that, Kate, because you can't really bite them with the gel on. I mean, it would be... Oh, I get that, Penny. I can see that. That would be frustrating and annoying, because I hate when stuff's under my nails. Really? These last 2 weeks. So that video that's coming out tomorrow, I tell you exactly how I do it. I show you what I use, all that stuff. And so my nails last 2 weeks, no problem. They don't lift, nothing. In fact, I should do a video to show how I take them off, because they're still on there so good that they're hard to get off unless I do like this little process that I do. And it doesn't damage my nails. They're still strong, perfect to put the next color on. So yeah, really the only reason I take them off is because, well, for one, I get where I want to just change the color anyway, and two, just because of how much they grow out this way. Oh, use their knuckle. That would drive me nuts. I don't know. Oh my gosh, you would think she would break them off. Okay, I'll do a removal video too. I also just had a company reach out to me about sending me, well, they wanted to send me brushes to do nail art, and I was like, thanks, but I'm not like really fancy like that. Like, I just enjoy doing gel nails, you know. I said, so if you would like to send me some of like your gel polishes or something, I'd be happy to try that. So he said, sure, I'll send you the brushes and 2 sets of gel polishes. I'm like, okay then. So those are coming. Yeah. Ugh. I'm always so afraid of bending back my fingernails. But anyway, so that all that gel stuff is coming. So I will be doing a video once I get that too. And I'm going to try to see if I can do something a little fancy with the brushes. So we'll see. That could be totally disastrous and amusing. So you can look forward to that. I've got some really fun stuff coming up. I have some more hair coming. If you didn't notice, I most definitely have extensions in today. So that's why my hair doesn't look super scraggly. And yeah, so I've got hair coming that I'm going to be showing you guys. And I got something a little bit different, so I'm excited about that. And then I've got some other products that are going to be coming that one is something that is a hair, kind of like a hair tool, but not really, but so you'll just have to wait and see that. Just some fun stuff that's coming that I'm excited to do videos with and show you guys. So that is cool. So there's big fun stuff that I'm going to be doing. I'm trying to switch things up a little, especially because I've got that, you know, the unused palettes series going. So it's like, it's really, really makeup heavy for a while. And then I'm like, I need to throw in something else because I don't want it to be like, I don't know. I just like the variety. I like it for myself for filming it and for you guys to have a variety of things to watch too. So that's kind of what I've been trying to do. And yeah. My girls' shopping weekend is coming up very soon, so there will probably be a haul after that because I usually do that. Thank you. Yes, I love orange. I was saying I used that Pinky Rose Sunflower palette is what I used for my eye look today, and I'm so happy with it. Yeah, and I've got this like rust color. This outfit that I have on right now is actually part of the lookbook. I came home today and recorded this outfit and then put it together and stuff, so that will be on Friday. And yeah, like I said, I thought orange is the best, Penny, isn't it? Orange is the best, especially if you have blue eyes. If you have blue eyes and you have not tried orange eyeshadow, what are you doing with your life? Put some orange eyeshadow on those eyes. Trust me, you're gonna be like, whoa. Okay, so the first time I used it, I was kind of like meh about it because, well, the mattes seemed pretty good, but this Thirsty right here is like a tealish green shimmer, like dark with like a black base, I think. And it had tons of fallout. and it didn't give me the impact I wanted. It just looked dark and kind of muddy on my eyes. It looked better when I ran it underneath. So I don't think I would ever put it on my lid again, but I do like it underneath as a liner. And then today, though, I want to try it out again. So the mattes are fantastic. Like, I love the mattes. Hi, Carla. Yay, I'm so glad you're here. My sneaky giveaway winner. And then today's shimmers, though, I used this Sunray one. It was like all over the lid. And then Fly Girl right here, I used like at the first third probably, just to brighten that up a little bit. Those were beautiful. However, I will say, tons of kick up in the pan with the mattes. I don't really care, but you definitely want to tap your brush off. And then there is a lot of fallout from the shimmers. So definitely do it if you get, I don't know what their other Pinky Rose palettes are like, but if you get this palette, or if you have this palette and haven't used it yet, definitely don't put your face makeup on before you do it. This morning I didn't have my face makeup on before I did it, but I mean, I had a ton. I went back in after, once I had my face all done, that's when I decided to add the lighter orange, because I had this just all over the lid, but I was like, oh, I'm going to put some of that. When I did that, I ended up with it all over under here. So then I had to clean that off, re-put on like foundation and stuff right there. So that was kind of annoying. But, so it looks beautiful. I absolutely love what it looks like. I just feel like alive, like the lighting is weird, so you can't really see it as well. But, I absolutely love the look today. It is staying looking just like I put it. So I'm really happy with that. Aw, yes, your basket of shame. That cracks me up so bad. Oh, yes. And thank you. I definitely have picked up a few new things even since. So, yeah. The collection just keeps growing. I can't help it. You know, those of you who are makeup lovers, you know, like, you're not going to just go, oh, I already have this many palettes that I haven't used yet. I'm not going to buy anything else. You're right. I mean, great thought, but no. But yeah, so lots of kick up in the pan with the mattes. Lots of fallout with the shimmers. But if you know that and play accordingly, then yeah, I actually really, really like it. So I'm excited to have that. And that's who I was saying, Beauty Rave is her channel. Her name is Raven. If you guys will please go over and just tell her I sent you and say hello and subscribe to her, that would mean the world to me. Oh yeah, Subculture vibes. I see what you're saying. Totally. Yep. And I love Subculture. I do love that palette. I do have that. From Debbie, actually. But, oh my gosh, I'm taking new makeup with me. So it won't just be a get ready with me from the hotel. It's also with makeup you haven't seen yet. And it's not brand new makeup, but no, it's brand new makeup, but it's not like newly released. That's what I'm trying to say. So, but yeah, so it'll be something, you know, new makeup you haven't seen before from me and in a different setting. So I'm excited to do that and just see what things are like there. And I'm already like dreaming about like, what am I going to shop for on my girls shopping weekend? I actually have already started some Christmas shopping. So, I'm pretty happy about that. And, besides my boys, for the most part, I just have like my parents, my husband's parents, which we usually go in on something with his siblings. And a lot of times with my siblings, we do that for my mom and dad too. It just depends on what we come up with. And then, yeah, it'll mostly be my boys that are left, which they're so hard to shop for. Because it's like, it's either something really expensive that's like unattainable, or it's like, you know, if it is something expensive, other people will pitch into, and so they get like one thing, which is fine. They don't mind that, but I am like a gift giver. That's my love language, is giving gifts to people. And so it's hard for me to just be like, oh, here's this one thing. Like, no, I want you to open stuff and I want you to be excited. And so that's hard for me. But also, though, a little bit easier is now they're starting to get where, you know, there's things that they need that we don't just go out and buy for them all the time anymore. Like, you have jobs, get your own stuff, like, you know, socks, underwear, that kind of stuff. And so some of that stuff then I can get for them. Like, I know they kind of all need new jeans or stuff like that. So there's some stuff like that, but that's not like super exciting. So, but that's okay. I get excited, but that's the thing. I get excited about that kind of stuff, but I don't like get excited to give it. You know what I'm saying? I get excited to get it, not give it. I almost just fell off my stool. That could have been entertaining. But I'm excited to just we're going to actually be getting a lot of Christmas presents this, when my husband and I are gone over there and we go to that farmer's market, because it's like one of our favorite places, and they have the most incredible like jellies, jams, salsas, dressings, stuff like that. Yeah, that's fun. Actually, we are doing, well, I'll tell you that in a second. But so I have a list of people, because that's another thing is like, you know, it became like I became more aware of it at Bible study. The one day we were talking about people's love languages, kind of things like that. And like, I'm a gift giver. That is something that's how I show love. I also feel very loved when I receive gifts. So giving and getting gifts is a major like love language thing for me. But not everyone is like that. And so the one lady at the table was saying her sister is a gift giver, but she doesn't feel like that about receiving gifts. And then it's more like, what do I do with this? Because she's trying like not to have a bunch of stuff in her house. And I'm like, you know, I didn't really think about that. Like, I just give stuff because it's something I enjoy doing and I want to show people love that way. But sometimes you also don't want it to be a burden. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, you know, I love knick-knacky things, but I want them to be extremely special. Like, I don't want to just, I don't buy them for me anymore. So like, it would have to be something from someone that is meaningful, you know? And because there are people who don't want that stuff in their house, you know, and they don't want to have to dust something and mess with that. And I totally get that. And so I'm trying to be more mindful of gifts that are usable. So going to that farmer's market, I love to support that business because they're awesome people. And also we love their products. In fact, I should have brought my coffee mug in here. I was drinking out of it this morning. But so I'm like, you know what? There's people who it's like you have a hard time buying for, you don't know what to get them because there's nothing. Like my husband's aunt, she has like a little apartment room built off of my sister's house, or my sister-in-law's house. And she's got like a bedroom, but she's got like a kitchen table in there and her TV and her desk and, you know, chairs and stuff like that. So like a little apartment in her own, you know, bathroom, whatever. She doesn't have room for stuff, you know? And the past couple years I've gotten her like some shirts and stuff like that. But like, even she says she doesn't go anywhere really. She goes to church when she can because she's handicapped and she's 81. And so it's like she doesn't need stuff. She doesn't want stuff. She doesn't know what to do with it, you know? So I don't want to give gifts like that. Now, would she eat like a super delicious jelly on something? Yeah, she would. So I'm like, wait a minute, why am I not doing stuff like that? So I'm going to be putting together some cute little gifts like that for people that are like things that they'll actually get use out of. And then when they're done, the stuff is gone and out of the way. You know, it's not stuff that they feel guilty about keeping because someone gave it to them or... Oh, that's a good idea, Kate. Yeah, we decided, it's been several years ago now, that I agree, Joy. And stuff that's not, like, I love how people bake things for you at Christmas time, but sometimes it can be a little overwhelming because there's so much food around that time, and, like, it, like, gets where it's like, oh my gosh, I can't eat another thing, you know? Or, like, someone makes you something and you feel like you have to eat it before it goes bad, and so, you know, like, you feel guilty and, like, you're making yourself sick over it. So I figure, too, like, you know, preserved type foods like that are, when they are ready for it, they can open it up and use it. So, yeah, so I'm excited to be able to do that because I think it's going to be good. And I'm going to put them together with cute things. So it's more like, it's not just like, here's a jar of something, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to try to make it cute and fun. But, yeah, anyway, though, like several years ago, we decided between like my sisters and I, yeah. Oh, ingredients for a mug cake. That's a great idea. Hi, Kat. Yay. Katie, how are you? Thank you. Aw. Yeah, so I'm excited to do that kind of stuff. And, but yeah, we decided, like, the kids get so much stuff at Christmas. So my sisters and I, we do not buy for the kids for Christmas, like each other's kids. Oh no, fruitcake stuck away from last year. Thank you so much, Katie. Chutneys, ooh, cranberry chutney, love that. Um, but so we were like, no, we're not spending money on the kids. They already get so much stuff. It's like, there's no sense in doing that. And then it still gets expensive between couples. So several years ago, we decided each year we switch off. So like last year, my sister Delyn and her husband Jason had my husband and I. And then my husband and I bought for my sister Dana and her husband Kurt. And so this year, Dana and Kurt buy for us. We buy for Delyn and Jason. And Delyn and Jason buy for Dana and Kurt. And so it just makes it a lot better. We have, like $30 per person. So it's $60 a couple kind of thing. And it just makes it so much less stressful. So, and I already actually have some of both of their presents, Delyn and Jason. So I'm excited about that. And it's super easy to buy for my sisters anyway. Guys are usually harder, but I don't, Katie, because I go to Bible study in the mornings, and then it kind of depends on when I get home. Because like last week I went out to lunch with a friend, and we were out for Bible study ended at 11. We didn't leave from lunch till like 2. Aw, well, thank you. It is always on Tuesdays, and it's like Tuesday afternoons is basically when I've been doing it. Because yeah, like I said, I don't want to put a time, because depending on what is going on, like, because I'm in monk cake. Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know what monk cake is either. Monk cake, I can't talk. But yeah, so like, also, yeah, where my church is like almost half an hour away from where I live. That's like the biggest town around us too. So that's where like I shop or do anything like that. So if there's stuff I need to do, I'll do it after Bible study on Tuesday and stuff. So I don't really want to put like a time, because I'm not sure. And then if I go out to lunch with somebody or anything like that, like, I don't want to feel rushed, I want to just enjoy it. So if you can make it, I'm so happy. But if you can't, I totally understand too. Like anybody, definitely don't feel like you have to be here. Aw, I love you guys all. Telling everybody hi. But yeah, I'm like getting totally in the Christmas spirit. Like, actually my friend Jenny was saying today, she goes, I like always love this time of year. And she goes, but for some reason, like this week right before Halloween, I'm always like, eh. And I kind of feel the same way. And I think for me, a lot of it is like, I'm not a big Halloween person. Like, I think it's fine and stuff, but like my kids were never super into it. Asher wore costumes all around the house all the time. So to dress up, like that wasn't really an exciting thing for him. My kids are weird. Like, my kids are weird. That's real nice. No, but when they were younger, like when we lived in that town that we used to live in, or where my church is and stuff, it's Port Huron is where it is. I'm not trying to hide it. Okay, Kate. And same with on my husband's side of the family. We used to exchange between the adults and the kids. We don't anymore. We give gifts to like his aunt and his mom and dad, and his mom and dad and aunt give gifts to us. But like we don't do between all the others, because it's just too much. And we have so much fun. It's a great time. We don't need all that, and the extra stress for people with money and just trying to figure out what people want. It had gotten to the point with the kids that, yeah, buying for males is definitely hard. But it had gotten to the point with the kids where some of the kids in the family are super picky. Yes, that was a dramatic eye roll. And it's not my kids, I just want to say. And not that they can't be picky about things, but oh, yeah. That would get very expensive very fast-ish. But so basically you were buying them exactly what they wanted. So they already knew exactly what they were getting. So it wasn't even like it was fun, like they get to open up a present and see what it is. It was like, we want these certain kind of BBs or these certain kind of bullets because they're like hunters and stuff, which, whatever, that's fine. But it was like everything had to be specific stuff. And it was like, okay, that takes all the fun away from me buying it, giving it to you, you opening it. Like, what is the point of that? Like, I would rather just buy my own kids the stuff I know they want. Like, you buy your own kids the stuff they want. You know what I mean? Like, it just didn't make any sense anymore. So we stopped doing that, and I'm glad, because it just took a lot of the stress off. Plus, there's only one girl in the family. Okay, so my husband's last name, well, it's my last name too, obviously, but is Gerstenberger, in case you don't know. Oh, that's a good idea too, Penny. How fun. 13 grandkids, that's my grandma. And I forgot what I was saying. Wow. Go Danielle. Huh. What was I talking about? That was just a whoop, went right from my mind. Well, if it was anything interesting and you guys remember, let me know. If you wanted to hear the rest of the story. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, only girl. Yes, yes, yes. So our last name is Gerstenberger. Hideous. Hate it, but I love my husband, so I'll take it. Although I still think he should have taken my last name. And we even have, like, one of my friends, her husband's like, you had an awesome last name. Like, he's like, Brian, you should have taken her last name. I'm like, right? But anyway, so dang, this family cannot create girls. Okay, it's like all boys. And so now he has two sisters. My husband has two sisters. Oh, I hope that your appointment goes well, Debbie. I love you. Thank you for being here. So yeah, my husband has two sisters and a brother. His one sister doesn't have any children. The other sister has two boys and a girl, but they don't have the Gerstenberger last name. And then his brother has two boys, and I have three boys. So there's 5 more Gerstenbergers to keep that name going. And yeah, so basically there was one girl in the family. And when we would do exchanges, it's like each year you would just switch off between my sister-in-law and I, basically my brother-in-law's wife, and I, because let's be real, the women are the ones who shopped for the kids. You know, each year just traded her off because it wasn't fair for the same person to keep getting the only girl in the family every year. So that was fun when she was little and stuff, to be able to get to buy for a girl there. Now my sisters have all girls. So I have one sister who has one daughter, and then I have my other sister has 3 daughters. And so I'm the only one with boys on that side of the family. Oh, I know. That is hard. See, my husband doesn't, I don't know. I was so excited last year because I surprised him. It was like the best. He had kept talking about, I know, isn't that funny? I know my dad was thrilled that I had boys because he got some boys in the family, because I only have sisters. So it was like he finally got some boys, and he's such an awesome grandpa to them. But I keep losing track. I don't know what my problem is, but I totally keep losing track of what I'm talking about. Saying something about my sisters with girls. I'm the only one with boys. I don't know. But so it is fun to buy for my sister's girls. That is definitely fun. Because I get, we do birthdays. So, yeah. So, unfortunately, this stupid last name just keeps going. I'm like, come on. Like, people need to start having girls in this family. Like, maybe my kids and my brother-in-law's kids will all have girls. So the name can just... the name's not going to die out. There's a ton of them, but I'm saying Ross. I'm like, ugh, I hate our last name. It's just so ugly. But what are you going to do? It's 13 letters long. So a lot of things, when you try to get them personalized, 12 letters is the maximum. So we can't even get our last name on a lot of stuff. If you guys didn't see on my Instagram, for my son Asher's football team dinner, like their last team dinner thing, this lady does custom cookies, and she made jerseys, like the cookies were of a jersey, and she put the kids' last names and like their number on it. And so his Gerstenberger is across this cookie. That woman is amazing. I was like, are you serious? Like, I was so impressed by that. Aw, it was awesome, honey. But yeah, I do get excited to buy stuff for the girls. So we buy for each other's kids for birthdays, not Christmas. So that's kind of how that works. So, and then, so I've got my one sister, my one niece, her birthday is August 26th. And then I have twin nieces that are at the end of November. So those two you know, obviously are at the same time, which is kind of nice because it just knocks it both out right at once. And then the other is March 27th. And she's, what, 5 months and 1 day younger than my youngest. Yes, Penny, you would know for sure how much work that was to do that. I was so impressed that this woman got that last name on a cookie. I mean, the cookie was like about this big. Like, I mean, it was a honking cookie, but still, like, to put that whole last name, and it was so perfect too. Like, it was incredible. Like, I'm amazed by people's talents. So crazy. Oh, I know what I was gonna say about Halloween. So yeah, I've never been a huge Halloween person, whatever. But then we started going to my aunt's house. Oh my gosh. I know, that's the thing. If you get married to somebody, if you didn't like your last name, your maiden name, whatever, like then to get married, getting a name that you like better. But I loved my last name and it was very unique. The only people with it are directly related to me because it changed from when family came from Germany. Our name changed. So my maiden name is Powser, Powser. And yeah, so I went from 6 letters to 13. But the last name was Paus, Paus. Then they changed it to Powser, Pauser. And then over here they changed it to Powser. So there are not very many Pausers, and the only ones there are directly related to us. So it was an awesome last name because it's unique and whatever. And so that was hard for me to give up because I do love my maiden name. But, you know, what are you going to do? But secret, I'm going to be getting a new tattoo soon, and my last name is going to be in it. Spittelmeister? That's hilarious. And the thing about that, even though it's obnoxious, it's funny. So that's worth something. Oh my goodness. Yep, that happens too. And see, and that's what's happening to the Powser name. Because obviously my dad only had girls. No thanks. That's funny. So that killed that. And then my one uncle had a daughter and a son. Well, his son had 2 boys. So there's a couple more Powsers. They live in Georgia though. And then not that matters, but and then my aunt, you know, my dad's sister, she had her kid's last name is not Powser. She had a daughter and a son. And then I have another uncle, but he didn't have kids. So it's like that name is not, so really I need my cousin Jason's kids to have a lot of kids, a lot of boys, and keep our name going. But it is hard to like give up like your name and it's something that you love, you know? I wondered if anyone was picking up, because on the community tab when I put about like what do you think about tattoos, anybody else's opinion wouldn't sway what I'm gonna do anyway, but you know, like if people are thinking, I'm actually surprised so many people like tattoos or don't mind them, even if they don't want them for themselves, they don't care, you know, what other people do, which should be the way things are anyway. But my husband and I were kind of talking about it because he doesn't love tattoos. Like he doesn't, like he's not super excited about, I have 2 tattoos. So I have 2 very small ones. The first one I got is going to be covered with something eventually. And actually the same tattoo artist who's going to do my next one, I'm going to have him cover because he does amazing covers. Cover-ups, whatever. So it's on my lower back and it's like this big. It's just small. And, but I hate it. And I got it when I was like 22, I think. And, so that one I will end up getting covered up. And then I have, I kind of picked that up, Tish. And Katie, I think Katie, tattooed mama, might like tattoos. Yeah, I cannot imagine my husband's family would have flipped if he took my last name. That would not have gone over well. And then I have a tattoo on my foot, on my right foot, that I love. I love that one. I think I'm going to get it retouched though, like just, you know, the color, because I've had that one for a long time too. Aw. Yeah, just 2 small ones right now. The next one I'm getting is going to be a lot bigger. But yeah, so my husband is like, he doesn't love it. He doesn't, it's not his favorite thing, but he also doesn't care. Because I said, I'm like, are you going to be upset? And he's like, no, I want you to do what you want. It's your body, do what you want, kind of thing. But they're just not his favorite thing. Like, he would never get a tattoo. And oh, cool. My oldest son got one when they were on vacation back in May, I think it was, him and his girlfriend and stuff. He came home and he goes, okay, I'm just going to show you this right now. Get it out of the way. I'm not trying to hide anything, but I got a tattoo. And he got it like back here. I don't mind tattoos, so I don't care at all. My husband was kind of like, whatever, Like, he's always worried that people are going to regret what they put on them. And I'm like, okay, you can get cover-ups if it ends up being something that you don't want. You can get them removed if it's really that bad. But typically, Oh, that's so funny. But yeah, so I'm super excited to get it. It has a lot of meaning to me, the tattoo I'm getting. It's going to be pretty. To me, it's pretty. It's beautiful. But I don't, so the one on my back has some color, and so does the one on my foot. This one is not going to be color. But yeah, so I was trying to figure out, because I've been wanting to get my last name in a tattoo at some point, like not my last name, my maiden name. And so I kind of figured out how I want to do it. So I'm excited to tell the tattoo artist exactly what I'm looking for. He's amazing, so I know it's going to be good. So I'm excited about that. So I'm not sure when I'm going to get it. I'm trying to decide, like, if I should try to get it like in the next month or so, or if I should wait till like after Christmas and stuff. And the only reason I'm thinking that is because I get kind of like down after Christmas. I am such a Christmas girl, and like this time of year and all the lead up oh my gosh, like I thrive during this time. But then after like New Year's, I kind of am like, well, even just right after Christmas, I'm like, like, because it's just been so exciting leading up to it, and then it feels like there's nothing, And so I'm like, well, maybe I should wait and get the tattoo after Christmas and stuff, when I'm in that period of kind of like that funk, so that it's like something exciting to look forward to. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I don't know if I can stand to wait that long though, because I'm really excited about it. So my husband's probably like, yeah, wait, you could wait. He was hilarious too. So it's going to be a forearm. So it'll be like this whole part of my arm right here. And he's like, where are you going to get it again? So I'm like, oh, right here. And he goes, well, you can see it there. I'm like, yeah. Like, I'm not going to pay hundreds of dollars for a tattoo that no one can see. Like, whatever. But like the one on my foot you see all summer and stuff, But the one on my lower back, no one ever sees. Because, I mean, sometimes in the summer, depending on like what bathing suit I have on, but that one no one really sees, which is why I haven't gotten it covered up to this point, because it's not like that noticeable. But I do definitely want to have something different down there, because I don't like it. It's really like, it's one of those things where like you're young and you get a tattoo, and it was my first tattoo, and a friend of mine and I went and got them. She and I haven't even talked to each other in I think like a few years. So it's kind of like, it doesn't have meaning to me. It's not something that I like the look of even. It's like, ugh. See, that's the thing, Kate. I think tattoos are beautiful. Like, I mean, some aren't my taste, but it's like with anything, like you just have things that you like better than others. And, but I love that it's something that can be an expression of you, and mine is going to be an expression of family. That's why I want my maiden name into it, because it's going to be like representing my mom and dad and sisters and I. And so, I'm super excited about it. But yeah, like I get it if you don't. Yes, symmetry. Oh, and so that's what I was gonna say. So my oldest son got the one back here, and then my middle son Riley, who's 19, he just got one last week. And this is one he has wanted for years. He's been talking about it. Like, when I'm 18, I want to get this tattoo. Well, then we're talking about tattoos right now, Linda. Aw, that's cute. And so then, of course, he turned 18, but that was when all the COVID stuff hit. So tattoo, which that's the thing. I was going to go get my tattoo last April, not this past one, the one before. Yeah, I have 2 already, 2 small ones, but I'm going to get a bigger one. But so he was like, okay, now that things are open and everything's cool again, like I want to get this tattoo. So he went and got it last week. And 19, whoa. Aw. Oh, that's amazing, Myrna. See, that's the thing. Meaningful tattoos, and different things are meaningful to different people. And that's why I hate when people judge about things, because it's like, just because that's not something that you think is beautiful or that means something to you doesn't mean that it's not meaningful. Oh, cool, Anne, what did you get? But so my son Riley, he's the drummer. He got, and it looks so good. I love it. So, you know, like researching the tattoo artist, because I'm like, you are getting a tattoo that is very, you know, it has to be straight. Like, it's line work. It's very, if it's not good, it's real bad kind of thing, you know? And so, found this tattoo artist, which it was so funny because he's like, oh, hey mom, I found this guy and like he does really cool work. I've been looking at his stuff and he's local and whatever. See, my sisters and I are supposed to get tattoos together too. So I'm excited to do that. My youngest sister, she's 9 years younger than me. She has quite a few tattoos. She has a big like watercolor tree on her back. She has a door with the 3 little birds like Bob Marley. Oh, I love that, Anne. She's got her daughter's name on her wrist. She's got a fairy on her lower back, which I don't think she loves that anymore. She got that one. That might have been her first tattoo. She's got a music note. Something on her foot. She's got quite a few tattoos. But then my other sister has none. So, so she's the one we've been working on to get a sister's tattoo. But so anyway, my son was like, you know, I found this guy, blah, blah. So I'm like, oh, what's his name? Linda, thank you so much. Rose on thigh. Aw. Orange green. Oh my gosh. Tish, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, I love Harry Potter, for one. Awesome. And anything about sobriety, amazing. Love it so much. Congratulations to you. If you don't know, if anyone doesn't know, I'm a former alcoholic. And November 10th is 13 years since I've had a drop of alcohol, and I will never, ever, ever go back. Like, it was the best gift I could ever give to myself. So I get so excited for people about sobriety because I know all about it. So cool. Yeah, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Thank you, Tish. But yeah, so he told me the guy's name, and so I started looking, and I looked, and I go, oh my gosh, I know who this guy is. Thank you. And the store I used to work at, he would come in there, and sometimes he'd come in there with his daughter, and he's covered in tattoos. He's got gauged ears and stuff. Thank you so much, Myrna. And I so many times almost asked him stuff about his tattoos, like where he gets them or whatever, you know, just, and nicest guy, super nice guy. And so when my son showed me that, I'm like, oh my gosh, 1998. Aw, awesome. Ooh. That's a good way to do it, Kate. Aw. See, I love hearing about people's tattoos, why they have, what they got, why they have it, like whatever. It tells a story. I don't know. I think it's cool. Hey, Christy. I know Christy's got tattoos and she wants more too. There's all sorts of tattoo people around here. Love it. And if you don't like tattoos, I love you too. That's perfectly fine. Like I said, my husband's not a huge tattoo person, but he also doesn't care if I have them because he doesn't. But anyway, so my son ended up going to this guy to get his tattoo or whatever, and started talking to him like, my mom knows who you are, blah, blah, blah. So they kind of got talking. So then he's like, yeah, tell her to email me and stuff with her ideas. Oh, good. I'm so glad to hear that, Christy. Yay. Healing up good. Girl, I'm going to be so jealous of you. Oh, but I didn't tell you what he got. So my son Riley, he's a big kid. Like, people are always like, I mean, all my kids are bigger than me, obviously, but like, my oldest son is 5'10", and I don't know how much he weighs, but like his weight fluctuates a lot. Like not like really heavy, but it definitely does. He gets like the belly, then it goes away, then it gets belly, then it goes away. It's away right now. Go you, Gavin. It's so funny. Oh, good. I'm so glad to hear that, Christy. Let's keep that momentum going for healing. I love it. And then my son Riley is, I think he's about the same height as Gavin. He might be a little bit taller, but he's a way bigger kid. Everything about him is big. My dad is 6'5" and has like huge fingers, like huge hands. Not, I don't know. Like his fingers are really thick and stuff. I mean, everything about him, burly, you know, just a burly guy, but not overweight. My dad has lost a ton of weight because him and my mom started doing keto last year, and they've done phenomenal. I cannot believe how awesome they look. But yeah, my dad's 6'5" and I'm not even 5'1". And my youngest sister is an inch shorter than I am. My other sister is like 5'7" or 5'6", 5'6" or 5'7". But my mom's only 5'2", so that's. But I don't know why two of us got shorter than my mom when my dad is 6'5". That makes no sense. But anyway, so my son Riley though is this big burly kid. Like his hands are like my dad's. He's got just, and he goes. So when he got there to get the tattoo, the guy was like showing him, you know, like, okay, I have a couple different ones. I'll print them out like to figure out size and whatever. And he was like, man, you got them grizzly forearms, like grizzly bear forearms. And he's like, we need to do a bigger one because it's not going to look right. And so he's like, I'm so glad he chose the size that he did. And oh my gosh, Trish, it's crazy. My youngest is 5'11" and like 123 pounds. So he's tall, real skinny. And then I've got Riley, who's, you know, taller too, but just like a burly kid. And then Gavin's kind of like, I don't know, in between or something. It's funny. Gavin used to be like Asher is now. So it'll be interesting to see, because Asher has worn a lot of like Gavin's pants from school and stuff. So we'll see what happens to Asher when he's done with sports and still continues to eat like he does. Because that's what happened to Gavin. We told him, they're like, you better watch how you're eating, because boy, once you stop being active like that all the time, it's going to come back to bite you. And it did. That was funny. But yeah, so he, you know, figured it out. Aw, cool. There's a girl at church, she's got a infinity symbol right here. That just made me think of it because I always notice it. But so he was really happy with the size that the guy did. And I said, that's the thing. Like, he does this stuff all the time, so he knows what looks right, you know, like proportion-wise and stuff. You know what? I think I saw the orange crayon. Did you get that one not that long ago or something? I feel like I remember seeing pictures of it. But yeah, so he got, it's on his forearm here. And hey, Jen, thank you so much for stopping in, even though you're at work. Oh, I won't tell. You're so awesome. But so you'll see it like, you know, from your way if he's looking at you. Joy, I will say, thank you so much, Kate. Joy, with the watercolor tattoos, I will say my sister wishes she hadn't done that because it faded really fast. And so now it's like, she said, I feel like, I mean, and it's like her whole back is this big watercolor tree, which when it was first done looked really beautiful. But because of it fading so much, it's hard, like you really have to look at it to tell what it is. And so she wants to get it redone and get more, you know, line work and stuff done in it because it's too light. And that is the only thing about like those lighter color tattoos and stuff. A lot of times they fade too fast. But anyway, I still didn't say what he got. So he got, it's the Trinity, but it's like triangles that hook into each other. I don't really know how to explain it, but so it's basically like 3 triangles. And it's the Trinity because he loves Jesus, and so he wants that. And so it looks so cool. It's like, it's just really cool. And he wants to eventually get a sleeve. And so the guy actually asked him, like, have you ever thought about getting, and he's like, yeah, that's totally what I want. And he said, I kind of wanted this to be the main focus of a future sleeve. And he's like, that's perfect, man. Like he's like, so my son was really excited too that this guy was like, yeah, that's gonna be so perfect. So it turned out really good. It looks really good on him. And he said, he goes, I like it because it's something like, hey Troy, good job on the directing the Joker film that Alyssa did. If you guys have not seen Alyssa Pope's, all of her Halloween stuff, you definitely need to go check it out. She did the Joker and it was phenomenal, and her family like filmed it and did all the work. I like that, Kate. But yeah, so but my son was saying, you know, like not everyone, people are going to look at this symbol with these three triangles like, what is that? Like they kind of interlock. He's like, it opens up for discussion. And so then he can share what it is and why it's important to him. So he, you know, like a cool way to be able to share Christ with people. And I think that's so cool. And that's something that like kind of in my video that I put up yesterday, if any of you saw it, and I got kind of upset about something because it was just making me think about like how people judge people. They look at them and they see something and they think they know something. And something like that. People judge tattoos really harshly. Not so much now, that's getting better. And I said that to my husband the other day. I said kind of that generation of like, tattoos, they're going to be dying out over the next, 30 years. And people just don't look at it like that anymore. And it's such a shame to judge people because of art that they have on their skin. Like that's just weird. Now obviously if you have something satanic on you, I think people can pretty much guess you have a satanic mind or whatever, like that. Okay, that's different. But like, I was thinking about it like with my son getting this tattoo and people not necessarily knowing what it is, and to him he's saying that's an opportunity for someone to ask me and me be able to share Christ with them. So that to me is such a cool thing because I even have people in my family who are really judgmental about tattoos and stuff. And it's like, you know him, the kind of person he is, and, he loves fiercely. He is such a loyal kid. Like he is going to be such a loyal, amazing husband. I know he is. Aw, thank you, Myrna. That's awesome. I hope you're feeling all better. Oh my gosh, it's hilarious, Tish. And like, what can you do in that situation but laugh, right? Oh my gosh. It cracks me up when people are like, this person was covered in tattoos, but they were so nice. Oh yeah, because tattoos mean you're like a monster. Oh, okay. And that's the thing though too. I think it's gonna end up being where jobs and stuff, it's not gonna matter if you have tattoos. Like, yes, there are still places that are like that where it's like, oh, that's not professional or whatever. And you never do know what's under people's clothes. That's the truth too. And so, it's just, but that's what I think of like, like, okay, for people who do know Riley and know his personality and just the kind of person he is, how could you look at him now with this tattoo and go, ugh? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so why should you ever look at anyone with a tattoo and think that? You know what I mean? Like, it's just the weirdest thing to me. Weird. I have people in my family who are going to hate that I get this tattoo, but I don't care. Oh my gosh. So Penny, that freaks me out. So my grandma that passed away 2 years ago, she wanted to do that so bad. She was like, I want to get my makeup tattooed on. Now she was saying this like in her early 80s. We're like, grandma. And oh my gosh, this is the funniest thing ever. Okay, so I don't know what I'm getting at yet because I'm trying to decide if I want to get it in the next, like, I knew what you meant. If I want to get it in the next like month or so, because I kind of thought about maybe waiting until after Christmas to get it, during that lull of time where like after the excitement of the holidays comes and I'm kind of like down, that it will be something that I can look forward to. So I kind of think I might wait until after like New Year's to get it. So we'll see. It depends on if I can hold out long enough. Basically, it's going to be my whole forearm, like the underside right here. And then it's going to be, it's a family tattoo. I don't want to give all the details. I'll show it to you. Family by meaning my mom and dad and my sisters and I. And I'm going to have like my maiden name incorporated in it. So, yeah. Okay. The thought of tattooing by your eyes like freaks me right out. It freaks me out. Yeah, the waterline? No. I just, and you know what? I love putting makeup on so much, I don't think I need to have it tattooed. Wow. But my grandma, she was something else. I know I've told the story before, so if you've already heard it, I'm sorry, but I'm sure plenty of you have not, and it's worth retelling. She was, well, it had to be her early 80s. And she kept saying she wanted a Marilyn Monroe piercing. And we were like, Grandma. So, just me. It's just me. My sisters and I do want to get a sister's tattoo at some point, but this one I want for me. Um, but so, uh, my sister was telling her, she's like, Grandma, if you want to do that, I'll take you somewhere. Like, I'll take you to a place that I know that's good with that stuff. Like, thinking she's never actually going to want to do this, right? She just keeps talking about it. Yes, I agree, Carla. Good reminder to yourself and to anybody who looks. And so, yeah, my sister would keep telling her, okay, Grandma, if you decide you want to do that, let me know. I'll take you somewhere and get it. We can get it done for you, you know. Well, she called my sister this one day crying and said, Odalyn, I went and got that piercing and it hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. I had to take it out. And my sister's like, you did what? So we have laughed about this so many times. So she did take it out and she had the hole, which that's the only thing with face piercings for me, or gauges, is gauges you basically have to get like surgically like it sewn to make it, you know, look more like a non-stretched earlobe, I guess you would call it. I don't want to say normal because that sounds rude. That's not really what I mean. But and then different piercings on your face. Now your nose does pretty good about filling back in like holes. Like I know so many people who have had nose piercings and you could never tell that it was there. But everybody who has had facial piercings, like by their lips or whatever, eyebrow, you can see that it was there. And so for me, I was like, I personally don't want that because I don't want, there's things I might not want everywhere, you know, but that's me. And so I love the nose. And I actually know a girl who has 22 piercings. Holy cow, girl, 26 tattoos. Ooh, like we need to have like a tattoo party. Let's all go get tattoos together. But there's one girl, she's got her like ring like this. And then she also has right by it a stud. And I think it looks so cute. So she's got them right back. Because I was like, is that one thing? And she's like, no, it's two. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it. But like, what could we get? My husband, if my husband was watching this, he'd be going, no. But yeah, so my grandma, she's like, yeah, I went and got this done and whatever. And she had to take it out. But she's got, she still had the little mark from where it was until she passed away. And she was almost 90. So, yeah, but oh my gosh, that was something else. Like, we just crack up because I'm like, can you picture her walking into, oh, thank you. I liked the stud, but I just got bored with it. Like, I don't know. I love the look of a hoop. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it. And it's funny because when I first put it in, I was like, oh, I don't think I can do this. I don't think it looks like me. Now I can't picture not having it. And it's hilarious because my sister last year at Christmas, my one sister goes, oh, you decided to put a hoop in. And I was like, yeah, like 2 years ago. And my other sister's like, yeah, what are you talking about? Oh, thank you. And she's like, how did I not realize that? I'm like, I don't know, but apparently it wasn't like something garish that caught your attention and we're like, ugh, why'd you do that? So I guess that's a good thing. That was so funny. Like, not very observant, are you? But yeah, I love just the idea of what it must have been like to see my grandma bringing herself into some tattoo place to get this piercing. Like, I can't even imagine what she said. I wish so bad I could see that whole scenario play out because if you knew, I mean, she was a spitfire. Lash extensions. I know, they're so beautiful. They're so expensive though. So I'll just stick with fake lashes. But yeah, my grandma, oh my gosh. Well, you can tell she was a spitfire. She went and got a Monroe piercing when she was 80. But oh, it would be so funny. She was something else. Love that woman. You know what's so funny too? So when I was younger, I had my belly button pierced when I turned 18. And that didn't hurt. I had that done down in Daytona Beach on spring break. And then I got my tongue pierced when I was younger too. That didn't hurt. And my sister was with me, and she's like, oh my gosh, it was my sister Dana, who's 2 years younger than me, was with me when I got it done. And she's like, you did not even flinch. And I'm like, it didn't hurt. It felt like pressure. It was like kind of weird, but it didn't hurt. My nose hurt way worse than my belly button or my tongue. Like that. And the girl said, she goes, my tongue did not hurt. It didn't. Which I took that out the day before I turned 30. I took my tongue piercing out. Yeah, it did not hurt. I don't know. It felt like weird pressure and like a pop kind of. That sounds gross, but it didn't hurt. I don't know. And but the girl said when she went to do my nose, she's like, your eyes are gonna water, just so you know, it's just a natural reaction, whatever. Holy cow. Oh my gosh, Freddie. We'll just use our imaginations. I do not, well, I think you can kind of tell like a spot where it would have, there's no hole. It closed up super fast. I think you can kind of tell a little bit of, maybe of a mark where it was, but there's no hole. Your tongue heals super fast. Like, I mean, it was super fast. But yeah, my nose, when she pierced that, I was like, whoa. Like, I felt like I got a bee sting to the face. I don't know. I don't even know. It felt like someone punched me with I don't even know. But it hurt. I was like, you know what? Because my sister had her nose done. My youngest sister. My middle sister does not have tattoos, or she doesn't even have her ears pierced anymore. Her husband is weirded out by piercings. So because when she was younger, she had her ears pierced. I think 2 holes. Yeah. And she had her belly button pierced, but she doesn't have any of that anymore. But my youngest sister had her nose done. Oh my gosh. Tish. Oh, I love it. And something, it like wasn't healing right, so she had to have the other side done, and then that one was fine. Blood cells. Oh, see, that's the thing too. I thought about that because people talked about maybe for migraines that it might help, but I can't picture getting that pierced. And I actually had a hard time. I used to have second hole piercings. I had to keep real gold in them or they would get infected, like within hours of putting something else in them. It was terrible. I love you, Christy. Thank you so much. Enjoy your Starbucks. Bye, Troy. And then I had my ear pierced up here. That was terrible. I could not keep that thing from being infected. I would just get it where it wasn't anymore and it would start all over again. So I finally just took it out and said, forget it. But thank you. Bye. Yeah, so I am afraid to do anything by my ears because for some reason those seemed to get infected anywhere but the lowest hole. See, isn't that funny, Myrna? Because I know several people who got it done because of migraines and it didn't help any of them. So then I'm like, do I do that? And then, yeah, see, and that's the thing. I love, like, if people don't want to get piercings or tattoos or whatever, that's awesome and that's beautiful. And if you do, that's awesome and that's beautiful. Like, I don't know. People are so, or I don't know why people think their opinion on stuff should matter to other people. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't think tattoos are beautiful, good for you. Keep it to yourself. Like, would you walk up to someone and say, it absolutely does not make a person's character. I mean, but seriously, would you walk up to somebody and say, I don't like your nose? Or I don't, you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't go up and say something rude to people about anything else. Well, I would hope not. The people I know who say rude stuff about tattoos, okay, I have people in my head. Okay, I got some people in my head. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it'd be worth a try. But like these people would not walk up to somebody and say, your face is ugly or whatever, but they have no problem saying that they think tattoos make people look dirty or whatever. And it's like, come on, you know what I mean? Like, that is rude. Like, rude is rude. It just is. See, isn't that funny? Oh, okay. Penny, you're my favorite pain in the butt. No, but what I can tell about you, Penny, is you are very loyal to people and you love people and you're not going to let people mess with them. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you know, I always know that you're going to stick up for me. Like, yeah, there's just rude is rude. And you can't hide behind rude by trying to justify it with whatever weird stuff you try to justify stuff with. It's just, yeah. I don't understand being rude. I would die if I knew I said or did something that hurt somebody. Like, that would be so awful to me. I cannot even stand it. And there's people who are just so careless with their words and just have no problem criticizing people and telling people what they think they should do with their lives and whatever. Like, it's, oh my gosh, I can't even believe it. Like, how do you live like that? So here's the thing, Penny. I can't be rude even when I probably, like, there are times where I'm like, I wish I could just say something, and I just can't. No, it's, yeah, it's like totally, and how many people, and I'm saying like unprovoked. It's different if someone's being rude and horrible to you or someone else and you go in defense of somebody or something. But people who just like totally unprovoked are just rude to people. Like, what is your problem? Like, they're unhappy people. I guess that's the thing. We all know that's the situation, but, and like, you know, the sympathetic part of me and empathetic part of me wants to, you know, try to put myself in their shoes and try to be understanding of what they might be going through and stuff like that. But the thing is, I get that, Tish. Yeah. But the thing is, it's like, no matter what I'm going through, I'm not rude to people. It's not somebody else's problem that I have issues, you know? Right. There are so many rude people. It's just, it's sad. It really is sad. Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's a totally different story if it's like one of my kids or something. Like, don't even. And in fact, I'm glad I'm not on Facebook because my husband alerted me to something on my sister, my sister Dana, who's 2 years younger than me. She has the three girls. So she has, her daughter Peyton is 15. And then she's got twins, London and Lily, who will be 10 at the end of November. And they are all in dance. They do competitive dance. My sister went to college for dance. She teaches dance in a high school, dance in English, and she teaches dance at a dance studio. And they travel all around and go to competitions and do stuff. Well, they have, you know, they do headshots and different pictures and stuff for dance. And they enter these at these competitions and stuff, like, they win awards for these, you know, like, it's all part of that thing, you know. Well, super just beautiful pictures. I'm gonna tell my grandma. That's funny. And there was a picture, and my niece is sitting, and her legs are like crossed over each other, like, but like her knee is up close to her, the one, and she had this big beautiful blue skirt, like this long flowy one, because in some of the pictures she's like doing jumps and stuff, and so you see it like all spread out really pretty. So in the picture though, she's got her legs are up like that close to her, and she's got the skirt is bunched up, like covering still her legs and stuff, but she has it like holding and whatever, like in the picture. Some lady who was like my brother-in-law's some distant relative, like I've never heard of this person. Oh, yeah, no. Good for you, Tish. Honestly, I got off of Facebook, was it 3 or 4 years ago? I'm like, this thing does nothing but just cause me irritation and make me upset, and like I was just done with it. Like, I've never been sorry that I got off there. Like, usually at Christmas time I'll post a new picture of my family on there, and that's pretty much it. I go on and check, like, I'll look after Halloween at like all my cousins' kids and stuff like that to see their costumes and stuff like that. Other than that kind of stuff, I don't look at it at all. But so this woman basically said something about my sister, Penny. I can picture that, strangely. About these, my niece being in this provocative picture. And people were like, excuse me, what? And my sister's like, what are you talking about? Like, I would never post a provocative picture of my daughter, you know? And she's like, and thank you. Now that you put that on here so carelessly, like if you actually, I keep saying the word careless lately, I don't know why. She's like, if you really felt something like that, that's something you personally, like privately, send me a message about or something. You don't put it out publicly like this, because now my daughter, instead of being able to come on here and see the nice things people are saying about her, she sees that and it's going to make her feel uncomfortable and whatever, which is totally true. And knowing my niece, like it absolutely would. And it was just awful. And this woman started going on about how, people are like, do you even know Dana? Like, she would never do something like that to her daughters. Like, because this lady's like, you're exploiting them or something. Oh, let me tell you, people went off on this woman. And she's like, I'm family. Because they're like, who even are you? Like, do you even know her? And she's like, I'm family. And I have to come on here and say something because she's too stupid to, or whatever. Oh my gosh. And my sister's real good at keeping her cool. My youngest sister, no, she's not. My youngest sister is Penny. But my other sister is like a combination of Delyn and I. Like, I'm the very, like, I, I just can't. I can't, no matter how mad I get, I can't say it. I can't do it. And my sister Dana, though, can be provoked. And this was a provocation she could not deny. And yeah, she lost it on this lady. But I was like, I'm so glad, because if I had seen it when it was happening, I would have been very tempted to chime in, because it just was, it enraged everybody. Like, are you kidding me? You clearly do not know my sister. You do not know my niece. I don't care if you're somehow related. You don't know them. And oh my gosh, it was terrible. But I was like, yes, this is why I just steer clear of Facebook. Don't want anything to do with it. But it's like, even those things where I don't feel like you have to know everything about everybody. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's people in your life who you enjoy being around, you like them. They might have completely different viewpoints than you on certain things, but a lot of times you don't know it because it's not things you talk about and whatever, and that's how it should be. But then, like, yeah, people who criticize kids are ridiculous. Ugh. And that's the thing. Like, if she thought that about the situation, she could have sent a message to my sister and said, hey, like, I feel like this picture is kind of provocative, whatever, and let my sister and her talk it out. Not put it on there publicly and then to make my niece feel uncomfortable. That's so ridiculous. But yeah, there's something, like, we don't need to know everything about everybody. Like, you can have differing opinions and stuff like that, and that's absolutely fine. I can know that you have a different opinion than me, but like, when you're so publicly, like, putting stuff out, and when people do have opposing, sometimes it creates, well, I mean, we know, not sometimes, a lot of times, yes, it creates division. And it's like, why? Like, these are things that in your everyday life, when you are encountering different people and being around them, whatever, and you don't need to know all that stuff about everybody. And so, yeah. Ninjaing my way into your home. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh, I love it. But yeah, to mess with anybody's kids is ridiculous. If you're an adult who does that to kids, you're ridiculous. I'm just going to say that right now. Like, you've got a problem. Yes, it is, unfortunately. Because people are like, no, I have an opinion and I have a right to say it. You also have a right to keep your mouth shut and not look like a jerk. There's that too. That's always an option. But like, everyone's got an opinion. I have an aunt who always says, well, I'm very opinionated. Everyone is. Like, everyone has opinions. But you just need to know when they're needed and when they're not. And most of the time, they're not. Exactly, Tish. Or like, it's different when someone asks for your opinion. But if people aren't asking, just keep it to yourself, please. Like, I don't really care what you think I should do. Like, if you're not somebody who, that's another thing. People who aren't involved in your life hardly at all, but then certain issues or things come up and they think they should tell you how you should do things. Excuse me, like, you don't even know me, really. You know what I mean? Like, but you're gonna come in, everything else about me you don't care, but this issue you feel like you should have a say in. What? Yep. Yeah, it's like I have my feelings and opinions on things. I don't need to go blast them all over social media, because all it does is cause people to be upset, and you're not going to change anyone's mind. Like, that's the thing that people don't understand. Like, you constantly voicing your opinion about it is not going to change the minds of the people who think something different than you. It's just not. That's the truth. That is the truth. And they usually stink. My grandma would have added to that. She cracks me up. Oh, I miss her wittiness. I have to say, though, I'm so thankful that she passed away before like all the COVID stuff started. She had dementia, and then she had gotten, I mean, it was like full blown, I think, Alzheimer's by the time she was passing away. But I'm so glad that, we didn't have that situation of not being able to go and see her. And also just, I'm glad she wasn't around and with a sound mind when this stuff was happening, because she would have been like just such a mess about it all. And I'm just so thankful that she didn't have to know any of this was going to happen or whatever. And she, like I said, she's a Spitfire, so she would have had some serious things to say about stuff. She probably would have got herself in trouble. But yeah, so, stuff like that where I'm like, I'm glad to have like all the funny memories with her and didn't have to go through any of that stuff. She just kills me. My favorite, though, was when my mom was like, she was starting to forget who people were, like forget people's names and stuff. And my mom and dad and I had went to see her, and my youngest son, Asher. And she was laying in the bed and she's looking at me. And so my mom said, "Mom, do you know who that is?" It was my dad's mom, but she said, "Mom, do you know who that is?" And she goes, "Yeah, she's beautiful." And I'm like, "That's good, thanks." Whatever. And she goes, "But do you know her name?" And she goes, "Yes, that's Danielle." I'm like, "See? She was just being nice." That was so cute. I'm like, "Haha, Mom." She wasn't just calling me beautiful because she couldn't remember my name. She was so cute. Oh, loved her. Loved her, loved her. I'm so thankful, like my other grandma. We get to have so much fun together too. Yes, it would have been an extra like stress, even though like my grandma at that point wouldn't have been aware enough to know what was going on. If it had kept us from being able to go see her, that would have been so devastating. Like, she passed away with all of her kids in the room with her. Like, like you could not ask for a better way to go. It was peaceful. All of her children were with her. Like, it was, you know what I mean? So I'm so thankful for that because I know a lot of people who did not get to have that same, just that dignity of having your family surround you. And yep. And that's the thing, it's like blessings in some of, you know what I mean? Like, even though it's awful and you wish they could be here, you can see the blessings and, some of the reasons why they're not. So, yeah, I'm definitely thankful for that. She was always so worried about the kids. Oh my gosh. Aw. Well, that's my sisters. Like, I'm Danielle, and then I have Dana and Delyn are my sisters. And so my mom used to like sign Christmas cards and stuff. Love Nancy Steve and the 3Ds. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we sound like a cheesy family band or something. Nancy Steve and the 3Ds. Oh my gosh, so dorky. But like, I used to think it was because our names all started with D that my dad would be like, whatever, and can't get it right. I do it with my kids and their names are nothing alike. So I'm like, I think that's just a parental issue. Yep. Oh, wow. It would be hard. I mean, 3Ds is different than like a ton of T's. Wow. You had to give that lady credit. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh, you guys, I've been on here for over an hour and a half. I think it gets longer every week instead of shorter. We talk about all sorts of stuff. It's kind of fun, or I do. No, I love, like, we've been chiming in on stuff. And I did want to hear, like I said, none of it would sway what I'm going to do anyway, but just people's, like, thoughts on tattoos and stuff. And it is funny, just the difference in the generations and how, I still have people in my family who are, like, about tattoos. And then so many of them who are like, yeah, why not? Like, do what you want. So, like I said, they can be very, I mean, they should express you. I mean, I would assume that's why most people, why I would get a, but I had my first one and it wasn't. The water lashes. Oh, you know what? I saw somebody use it. Who was it? Yes, that's so sad. Yeah, like you just add water to it instead of glue, right? I think Kiss makes some. Is that what you're talking about, Penny? Who did I see use those? Ugh, that's so awful. Yeah, they need that. Everyone needs human interaction. We need that love. We need hugs. We need to feel that. And, ugh. Okay, Penny, I think Jennifer Jackson, I'm almost positive, did a video with those in it at one point. I don't know if it wasn't like a dedicated video, though, I don't think. I'm pretty sure she did. If she didn't do the video, I know she got some and talked about doing it. I can't remember. But no, I haven't tried them. I should put lashes on before we go out to dinner. I don't know if I will or not. Hey, Jeannie. How are you? Is this your day off or you don't work till evening maybe? Jeannie is a fellow Michigan girl. I'm so excited I've found her from YouTube. Yeah, they do sound interesting. I can't imagine. It just seems so weird to not put glue on them. Jeannie, have you tried those water lashes? I know she wears lashes too, so. No, don't be sorry. Yeah, they sound interesting. Like if they worked good. And I know another thing Jennifer Jackson does is another thing she does, like it's exclusive to her, but she uses I think it's Kiss, but it's like glue liner, like you put the line and then put the lashes on. I kind of am interested in trying that too. On your way in. Well, I hope your shift goes by fast and it's good, and I hope people tip really well because you deserve it. I have a feeling you do pretty well at your job because you got that bubbly, like just fun, cute personality. Oh, okay, I couldn't get them to say as well as glue. Oh, Penny, okay. But I wonder though, because it still would be adhesive that gets wet and activates. So I wonder if that would make a difference. I don't know. Hard to say. All I know is I do not enjoy magnetic lashes at all. And I have companies constantly reach out to me about doing magnetic lash, like trying out there. I'm like, I just don't like it. The liner always is like very hard to get off to me. I don't feel like they're as secure to me as glue-on lashes are. Like I just much prefer those. I wore ones to the concert Friday night, which are my favorite ones. Oh my gosh, where are they? They're right here somewhere. Was it A Game? I don't remember now. Oh, latex free. Oh, that stinks so bad, Kate. I don't remember. It was one of these lashes. I just wore them. Is it Miss Perfect? No, I think it's A Game. I don't remember. I think it's these ones. Yeah, it is. It's A Game right here. These ones from Pixio that I did that video with. I love these lashes. Yes, I cannot get that liner off my lids. Okay, I'm glad it's not just me. I was like, what in the heck is going on? I'm trying all this different like eye makeup remover and stuff. I could not, and it was goopy. And for like days, I'd look and there'd be like black stuff way up here. And I'm like, what the heck? And it was still stuff that was from like down by my lashes. Like even after I thought I got rid of it, or like I would feel my eyelids stick together and I could not get rid of that stuff. Thank you, Kate. Yeah, I love these lashes. They are the ones I had on when I did the looks with the Gourmand Girls That Time of the Year palette. When I did the brown look, so it was like the second look of the three, I had these lashes on. I absolutely love them. I did not try cleansing balm because I didn't have any at the time, I don't think. And then I just wore these same lashes last night to the concert and they stayed so perfect. They look so stinking cute. Like I felt like, oh, they're so good. So I love those lashes. I'll probably order more of those because those are like my favorite style. Which they weren't my favorite style when I did the review video, but then since then I've been like loving them. So yeah. But yeah, we're going to Texas Roadhouse tonight for my son's birthday. So that will be fun. And then we're going to come home and have cheesecake. So clearly, this is not a keto day for Danielle. I've been like so good. I feel like I need to switch something up because I just am like bleh, like just staying stagnant. And I actually mentioned it in the video that'll be up Friday, which is just a little lookbook of 4 outfits. I swear, I love Texas Roadhouse too. It's so good. I do not look like that in real life. I look back at these videos and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at my butt. Look at how my legs look in those pants. Look at how like I look like I have like, I mean, I've got like, you know, I had 3 kids and whatever. Like, I'll have to try that because that won't be too expensive. The Elf kind. But like, man, I look at those videos and I'm like, what in the world? Like, that is not the body I see when I look in mirrors. And so in my house, I've got, so right here in the bathroom, like I've got one, like the huge mirror. So I can see like from, you know, below my waist up when I'm standing back. And in my bedroom, I have 2 full-length mirrors. One is my jewelry cabinet thing, and then I have just another full-length mirror. And then I've got another big mirror like this in the other bathroom. So I have mirrors that I can see several different mirrors, you know, so like if they're angled different or something that might make a difference, be able to see what I look like. Because I check the heck out of things before I walk out of the house. Because I always see people and I'm like, come on. Like, I always say, I'm like, does no one love you? Like, you know, somebody who like is wearing something that you can see their underwear completely through, or something like that, you know what I mean, where it's like, why wouldn't somebody tell you that? Like my husband and stuff, like if you see something like that, you better tell me. Do not let me walk out of the house like this, because if I find it like that later, you're in trouble. But so I obsessively look at stuff before I leave or whatever. In these videos, I'm like, that is not my body. Like, whose body is that? That's not mine. And but then I thought maybe I'm just in denial, and that is my body. And so, not that there's anything wrong with the body that I see in the video either, but it's just so different from what I see in the mirrors. And so, you know, I've asked like my husband and stuff, and he's like, you do not look like that. That does not look like, because I'm like, what the heck? Because like the pants I have on today, I have those ones from the Thrifted Look for Less challenge, so like the big wide leg ones. And I feel, oh yeah, that spells trouble. Like, do not let me walk out of the house like that. Like, if you see something like that, come on. Yay, Debbie! I hope things went well. Can you believe I'm still on here? Like, you do these long lives. I don't. But yeah, I like cannot believe, but yeah, he's like, no, that does not. So these pants, I feel like $1,000,000 in these pants. Like when I look in any of the mirrors in my house, I'm like, ooh, like my butt looks good. Ooh, like my legs look good in these pants. I recorded in this outfit today, so you will see that on Friday. And I'm like, that ain't cute. Like, what is that pancake butt? No. And like, it just doesn't look like what I see in all the mirrors. So I'm hoping, oh, okay, good. So I just, not I'm hoping. I don't know. I don't know what I am. I'm thinking it just, you just actually do look heavier on camera. That's the hope anyway, I guess. Because I'm like, that just does not seem right. But whatever. I usually take like cute outfits to wear when we go for my husband's nerd conference. And I told him this, I go, you know what? I know, Kate, isn't it crazy? Like, it's so funny to think about, like, when I was in high school, I remember thinking I was fat. You know, I was short, I was whatever. And then, like, you look back at pictures and I'm like, huh? Like, can I please have that body back? I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry I said it didn't look good. Oh my gosh, we're all so critical of ourselves. It's ridiculous. Like, I really want to not do that. And I know some people with age, I mean, it gets better, I feel like. Or you just find different things to pick apart about yourself. Like, now I got some wrinkles and stuff happening. But yeah, it's like the things that you complain about and then you look back and go, oh my gosh, like that looked fine. I would love to be that fat again. They're funny. Oh my gosh. It's like so ridiculous. I know. Like, why do we do that to ourselves? Ugh, so frustrating. Like, no one else would ever look at you and think all these things. You know what I mean? So, like, why do we do it to ourselves? Crazy. We're our own worst enemies, for sure. But yeah, so you'll see in the video, I'm like, oh. That's definitely true, Tish. I like that. Yeah. You see every little detail about yourself. Other people you just look at and you look at them like for their personality and like it's so funny because there's different things. I remember I thought this was the cutest thing. My son's girlfriend that he's been with for like 8 years, she used to have a gap between her two front teeth. And she got braces when they were young, you know, and dating. And I remember my son being like, oh, but I like her gap. Like, I don't want her to get rid of that. And I thought that was so cute because it was a characteristic of her. And she's gorgeous and she looks gorgeous now that her gap's not there too. But she was gorgeous with it. Like, and it's just funny because it's like the things that, you know, she looked at and was like, I don't like this gap. He looked at and was like, I like that about her, you know? Thank you so much, Kate. Oh, thank you so much, Christy. Oh, yay. How was your Starbucks? What'd you get? But yeah, the things that we pick apart about ourselves might be some of the favorite characteristics on us that, you know, someone else looks at and enjoys. So it's like, it's just funny the different things. That's why beauty is so, subjective? Is that the right word? Oh, okay. But because different things are beautiful to different people. Like, it's all beauty. It's just what your eye is drawn to, you know? And so, I don't know. It's funny how we do that. Or like you look at people and think, you know, like that person is so beautiful. Like there'll be like people that I see that I'm like, oh my gosh, that girl is beautiful. And my husband's like, really? Like, you think she's beautiful? Like, I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with her, but I wouldn't say she's beautiful. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, she's gorgeous. To me, this person is gorgeous. To him, he's like, yeah, you know, like, it's a pretty lady. Whatever, pretty girl. Oh, I've never had that before. Sounds good. But yeah, it just is funny how, you know, and I say that to him sometimes because they'll be like, what are you talking about? You're gorgeous. You're beautiful, whatever. I'm like, yeah, that's just what you think. Like, yeah, because it's a terrible thing for your husband to think you're gorgeous. Her London look. Oh my gosh, I love it. One of my niece's names is London, which I love. Sugar-free vanilla. Yummy. That's so funny, though, her London look. It's so true, though. Like, why can't we embrace the things about us that... Did you bring it up to share with the class? Okay, we all need to get together, have Starbucks, and get tattoos. Coffee chat, tattoos. I mean, what could be better, right? I feel like my husband's in the next room right now. He's probably cringing. Debbie, do you have any tattoos? I don't remember that you do. Okay, you all have to get a Glamburger tattoo. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, my logo is really cute. But I'm not getting it either, so I don't expect anyone else to. Oh, that's funny. That's what I was saying. I'm like, Brian doesn't love them, but he also isn't going to tell me no or, you know, whatever. It's too funny. So no Glamburger tattoo for you. Fine, Debbie. I see. I was going to get hashtag glitter gang across my back, but forget it. Now I'm not. Oh my gosh. There we go. There we go. Oh my gosh, so funny. Oh, he's only got one. And see, that's the funny thing too. Like how people are like, oh, they're addictive. Once you get one, you want a bunch. I do think for some people it is that way, but I think for a lot of people, you can get one and you're good with it. Because I'd rather somebody have one if that's the only thing that's like meaningful that they want to get. You know what I mean? Like instead of just getting a bunch just to get them. Because you do see people with those too, where you're like, I know they're just adding stuff like crazy just because whatever. I'm odd. I don't think you're odd. It's funny. So this was funny though too, because my son Riley, who just got the tattoo last week, this guy that he works with is like in his early 20 or mid 20s, I think. Yeah, mid 20s. And he kept telling him like, I have a buddy who does it at his house. He'll do it for cheap. And my son's like, no, thanks, but oh my gosh, that they should be in trouble for that, Christy. Mm-mm. I don't think I could see that on Debbie actually. Isn't it funny too, like what you would do, like on somebody, like if you're like, okay, let me pick for you. Oh heck yeah, yeah. That's the one that I'll be getting. It's gonna be beautiful. Like I can't wait. Um, and it's not color though. I'm not doing a color one. Um, but I forgot what I was saying. Oh, so yeah, this kid's like telling him like, oh yeah, my buddy does it. He can do it for you like from home and whatever. And my son's like, no, like, and especially it's like my first tattoo, and it's got to be right or it's gonna be real wrong. And so it's just the line work and stuff. It has to be perfect. And this guy kept telling, and he's like, so my son went and got it from an actual tattoo artist, and when he went to work and showed the guy, he was like, oh man, that's really cool. And whenever he goes, I think he was realizing, yeah, you shouldn't go to my buddy that does it out of his house for cheap. Like, I'm sorry, a tattoo is not something I want to go to somebody who's going to do it for cheap from somewhere. Like, I want to see like a portfolio of someone's work over the years and like different types of things they can do. Everyone has their strengths and their weaknesses. And that was something too that my son was saying about the guy who did his. He was like very honest about things that are his strengths and things that aren't. And for him, line work is. I know it's like you don't have enough places on your body to put them all, right? Because I'm like, I'm not someone who would get. Now, my sister, she would have liked like a half sleeve or something, but her husband doesn't want her to do that. But she's got several tattoos. And then I can't picture that on me. I like it on other people, but I can't picture it on me. And so that's the thing too. Just because it's not something I would get because I'm me personally, I can't picture it, doesn't mean I don't appreciate it on other people. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't picture getting them on like my legs, like my thighs or anything, or anywhere on my legs, to be honest with you. It just, I've got short, thick legs. No thanks. I try not to draw attention to them. It's so funny. Oh my gosh. My son and I were talking about, because I saw one and it's like just a little camel on someone's toe. And I'm like, that's so ridiculous. What funny. I mean, I wouldn't want to get it, or wouldn't want like one of my kids to get it or something, but it's humorous. Like I can appreciate it. Bye, Carla. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have an awesome day. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but that's the thing too, like it's amazing how like people who, were former like self-harm, had issues with that, and they will get tattoos over top of those scars because it's, like representing something new in their life. Like that's not them anymore, and this is something that's beautiful to cover up. And I think that's a really amazing thing that someone can do. That's that's funny. But I mean, that's something that's meaningful to people and can be very like emotionally healing. I mean, I could get this scar tattoo. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I know. No, no. That's the thing for me. Like even the one I want here, I don't really want it to wrap like around my arm anywhere. I want it to stay just right on my forearm, because if I want to, like in pictures, I typically put my hand on my hip. Then you wouldn't see it. So like, I think things like, and this is for me, like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with tattoos showing in pictures. This is for like my own, you know, whatever, aesthetic or whatever. Like I want to be able to then, like, I picture like my kids' wedding pictures or something like that, to be able to like have my hand like that or something if I don't want my tattoo all to show. You know what I mean? Like, so like that's just for me. Like, but I don't mind that the one on my foot would show. I don't know. Like, it's just funny. But I think because that one will be so much bigger. But who knows? We shall see. So we'll see if I can hold out until after Christmas to get it. Because I really am excited to get it. But my husband will probably be like, maybe I can talk you out of it before then. No, he's fine with it. And I know once it's there, he'll be fine. It's like the thought of it to him, like, he's like, I don't know. Like, because he doesn't care about my other ones at all. Like, it's not like they bother him. He's like, yeah, like, I know he would never want me to get, like, a sleeve or something. But that's not me anyway, so. Oh, wow. A snake. You put a snake. Ooh, I know. You know those long suckers that are rainbowy and they twist? You could do one of those. I have seen, and this is being serious about this, people who are like bakers and stuff with the coolest tattoos of like cupcakes and, oh, see, you already have a snake. But like just different sweets kind of stuff, or different food things, like people who are chefs or whatever. Oh, have a good night. Make that money, Jeannie, so you can keep doing those fun hauls. Jeannie has amazing hauls on her channel. You guys definitely check her channel out. Sips, Lips, and Makeup Tricks. And she's a Michigan girl like me. I knew it right away too when I was watching her. I was like, And then I don't know if I had asked her in one or I waited, because then in a video she had a Michigan shirt on, and so I was like, okay. She's totally, it's funny because we were talking about that, I think in the last video, about like somebody saying they liked my accent, am I from the Midwest, and how I'm like, I don't have an accent and whatever, but you can tell different, you know, people who talk like you, because she was one I totally could tell right away that I was pretty sure she was from Michigan. It's funny. Plus, two different places say different words, different, you know, like people here. There was something, what the heck was it? I was just thinking about it this morning. Something about people in Michigan or something, because everyone's like if you get in someone's way or bump into somebody or something, people are always like, ooh, like whatever. And I'm like, doesn't everybody do that? Apparently not. Uh-huh. But yeah, like I have seen some really cool like food tattoos, like really cute. And like if you're somebody who, yeah, bakes or is a chef by trade or whatever, like that's kind of cool, like a cool way to represent yourself. And again, it creates conversation. People will be like, why do you have all these tattoos of that? And you're like, oh, well, this is what I do for a living. Like, this is what I love, blah, blah. I don't know. Tattoos can tell a story, and I think that's cool. But, well, what time is it? Ooh, 4 o'clock. Well, I'm going to have to let you guys go, because we are going to head out for Asher's birthday and stuff. And they don't know it yet, but I need them to stop and let me grab something from somewhere. So, but thank you guys so much for being here and spending all this time with me, like spending this much of your day with me. Thank you. You guys are awesome. And so to make up for it, the next 2 videos will be nice and short for you, tomorrow and Friday. That's so funny. 126 cents. Thank you. You too. You guys all have an awesome day. I love you guys. And I will be getting into the nitty gritty next week with that video when I finally recorded about that music stuff. I love you guys. Have an amazing day. Keep being awesome. I'll tell him happy birthday.